all
idea
it
what you're
was.
talking about.
I don't either.
Oh, it's weather. It's weather.
Yeah, weather
Mhm.
is what happened.
Yeah, sounds right to me.
Okay, we'll do lightning round because we'll start up. Tradition for my GMing is if I actually during the week re-listen to the previous episode, I will spend that day listening to either a playlist for the tone that I am trying to convey that episode. If I did not listen to the previous episode, I listen to the episode. That's what I do. That is my jamming tradition.
I'm answering as a player then, and not a like.
Sure, that's fine.
Because I'm like I don't know enough about like the world to like assign something that could be odd. I think Lolly is just odd. So I think my tradition as a player is splitting the party.
Yes, I can confirm.
Yeah. I guess I'm going to answer for as a player and a character then.
Okay.
As a character, I think Nokia, and I've done this, I don't know if it's weird, but I like that Nokia does this. Nokia always tries to introduce himself to any ship that he steps on. So like says hello, introduces himself. If their ship is nearby, they'll introduce their ship to the new other ship as well. As a player, Killian was the one that named this, but Jacob's gun. I really enjoy just picking up a random thing at the beginning of the episode and finding out a really cool way to use it, like in vital points later on in the episode.
Nice.
I'm in for that. Like at any point in a campaign, I remember the mysterious benefactor items that we received in Power Play, and my goal to use them by the end of the campaign. Especially ideally to use in the final season, that which was given in season 1. This is the highest order of setup payoff.
I will tell you as a GM, I try to give players something early on that can only be used at the very end. I find that so fun. I'm like
it's great.
I wonder if they're gonna hold on to that. Like, I hope that they like, because I don't want to give it to you and not and tell you, but I definitely do that. Okay, so a couple of housekeeping things. One, we will the English. Yeah, or France. Because I know French. No, Aliza will not be joining us for the rest of this season. Aliza just cannot make it work with her current schedule. But that does not mean that is the last that we will see of Aliza. Aliza will be coming back and GMing some more shows in between mine and others. So be prepared to see her back for that. It's just a long-term campaign. It's just way too rough.
I need you all to know that Aliza was clocking out of work, coming to stream, and then immediately clocking back into work. Like,
yeah,
she was doing so much,
and
just to be able to stream with us.
I swear, if I would, I didn't realize the clock. I would have just been like, Aliza, please don't. Like, yeah. So, be prepared. Aliza will be back GMing, I believe. I don't know if the next thing she's going to GM is going to be back to Pando, but there's definitely plans for her to come back for that. Next thing is that we've gotten a request to do a little bit of a recap thus far. I will do this as speedily as possible. I'll give a little bit more detail on the last episode since Trek was also missing from that one, so that we can
speedy like a speeded up squeaky voice.
And
that's what you missed on.
And that's my recap. So episode 1, we are introduced to the crew. They head off to Foxloft as they are in search. Actually, they discover a boat that has a bunch of resources. They head to the nearest town, which was Foxloft, discover a individual that has the ability to sense and see other Leviathan, but sadly meets their end before getting to delve any deeper into that. They meet the hunting family where they become ingratiated with the family, trade their ore that they had found off of the first boat, and then head out to possibly find the location where the ore originated from so that they can start building a supply line themselves instead of relying on a third party. In the process, they have asked for Roderick, the son of the hunting family, the leader of the hunting hunting family to join the crew to head out. And in last episode, they discover they head out to an area where they can start diving into some sunken ships, into like basically a higher reef area that these ships were like scraping across the bottom and crashing. In the process, Nokio discovers another possible soul inhabiting a ship and creating new life, and starts to take care of it. And the beginning of the next episode, they are attacked. Nokio spends their entire time trying to make this new baby safe and sound getting up, while Lolia fights off and helps Roderick and does some cool invisibility orbs to allow them to get up safely as Roderick kills this. In the meantime, Ark is bumped into a survivor of another shipwreck, and left with only their boxers, asks to be brought back to their ship, and Ark brings them back, clothes them. The whole entire crew goes back, and the captain of this other ship says, "Hey, we got taken over by this creature that was originally a heart that turned into a person, and we discovered this heart in this mirage." The crew sails to said mirage and heads down into it, and not only discovering the location of the heart, which seemed to be someone's office, but also discovered another heart in a jar there. Leaving it in its place, the crew backed off, and instead of heading back to the ship, they discovered that there is one more level and head down to the parking structure. And that's where we ended the episode, as the elevator gets stuck at the very bottom, unable to see exactly what was under there. They crawl down and look through the hole and discover a Leviathan worm, a earthworm like swarm, that is just massive, that is attracted to electricity. And that is where we left off last episode. Did I miss anything? Does anyone?
Yes. The boxers had little hearts on them. Thank you.
Yes, the boxers did. The boxers had little hearts, and the captain's name was Carl. For anyone that wants to get that reference, they can.
Only Carl I know is The Walking Dead. Is that the Walking Dead reference? No.
Well, there's a
Okay.
heart and there's a Carl Lack. That's all I got.
Nope. And we'll do the intro now. We see the same office building as we did in the last episode, but instead of covered in vines and trees, we see it bustling and moving with employees walking around with paperwork. We see business people talking on cell phones, talking at their desk, people frantically moving around in quick succession. But what's interesting is out the window, the trees grow raising higher and higher as they continue to work and bustle and move, and you see the sun drop and the sun rise and the sun drop and the sun rise, and each time the forest seems to get closer and closer and closer to the building. Everyone in there ignores what's around them, what's behind them, what inevitably will soon be the end of them. And they continue to work. They continue to push paper, do calculations, move money around for other people. We move slowly towards the door. The door swings open and we see her. A familiar face at this point. Her feet up on the desk with her black heels on. Leaning back, she's on a phone. Her black curly hair falling down to her shoulder as she discusses some sort of business adventure that's happening and how lucrative it's going to be for all of them. She looks out the door, or looks out the window, seeing the trees no longer in the distance, but instead brushing against the glass. Third quarter this year, it's gonna be record profits. We'll be making enough money for all of us to live off the rest of our lives. Don't you worry about it. In the corner sits a man smoking a cigarette. Small glass of whiskey in his hand as he admires and watches her work. All right. Talk to you next week, Jim. She hangs up the phone. Looks the other man. You sure this is going to work? Oh, yeah. This is going to work. We just need the trees to last a little bit longer, and we will be free and clear, and we won't have to deal with any of this. Let's make sure that it stays that way. They get up and they move closer to each other. He looks out the door, gives a little smile, and closes it, leaving them two alone in the room. The camera pans back as everyone continues to work, toiling away. The vines coming in through the floor, coming up through the walls, cracking and crumbling pieces. They continue to work until there is nothing left, until they are just skull and bones ravaged by the earth. Nokio, where do you think you would take on the ship? Where do you think you would take this new life?
I think I'll take them below deck, so they're, I guess, surrounded by ship. I guess it's probably the better to put it. I think it'd be a bit more comforting. So I'll take it to wherever below deck, close to my workshop, where I kind of do most of the building or repair work, but not in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. As you get down there and you start to, what are you doing? You're seeing this thing changing shape and moving. You know that it's not large enough to be a full humanoid. What do you do?
I've set it down on the ground, and for the most part, I'm just giving it words of encouragement whenever I notice like some debris shift in one direction, some nuts and bolts shift in the other. Just like, that's okay. You can take your time. There is no rush. I'll be here to help when you need. I've just sat on the ground, as close to the legs crossed as you can get when you're a pile of debris, in front of it, and just letting it do its thing, but giving it a hopefully comforting voice to listen to as it's doing it.
As it shapes and moves, and it the light inside of it dissipates and reinvigorates and lights up the room and moves and twists, you see a single object inside of it, and it looks extremely familiar. What is it, and what does it look like?
Oh. I think I see a compass. The hand usually pointing north every time the light dims, spins sporadically, and when it reinvigorates, kind of points almost anywhere but north. It seems to always avoid north whenever it does. At this point, I'd say it's pretty rusted and dented. Or was once like a perfect rounded shape, and now it has bits of its brass chipped or dented inwards, the glass over it slightly cracked. There must have been some kind of design etched into the back of it, but now it's kind of hard to make out with all the scratches that cover it now. And yeah, I think that just seems to be in the center of it all, spinning back and forth.
As it moves and it changes its position, you see something carved into the side of the compass. You see the word Chamberson.
Okay. I think Nokia goes silent for a moment, seeing this. Just kind of stares at it for a while, and then looks across the rest of its body to see if it notices anything else recognizable about the debris it's making itself out of. Do I recognize? I don't know how much I can recognize shards of wood or concrete.
Yeah, that's really, really difficult. I would say if you really want to, I would say that this would probably be a instinct, and maybe man. I can't think, like maybe sense. There you go. Instinct and sense.
Okay. I only have instincts. I'll be rolling one die. But I think that kind of makes sense, honestly, because I think I'd be pretty taken aback seeing that name in particular. Okay. No, I rolled a 1.
Every ship, I mean, unless there was something special about the items that were all inside, but this is the one special thing, is that compass.
I just stare for a while. And then I'll rush to any porthole we have, like on either side of our ship, and I want to look out to see if there's any ships around us.
You run to the edge and you look out, and you don't see anything out the porthole. You do hear Carl yell down, though.
Yes, is everything okay?
Carl gasps and he goes, "Hey, so I think we've been spotted."
No. I'll look down at the entity kind of reforging itself, this potential ironbound, and look back up the direction of Carl's voice, and I'll rush up the stairs to meet Carl.
you get up there and he hands you a spyglass and points out to the east.
Oh, look! I don't know how it works with no eyes, but I managed to do it. I'll look out in that direction.
You take the spyglass and you just instantly it becomes a part of your body and
Oh,
allows
yeah.
you to have that foresight. And in the distance, you see a single ship with a forest green sail and gold, like some sort of gold symbol on it, but it is too far away and it's too finely detailed to see exactly what it is. And as that is happening, Lolia and Ark see this. It's not just one, it is many earthworms like wiggling and moving around themselves, and large quantities of smaller earthworms that is like moving up like the pipes. Imagine it very similar to, like, have you ever seen an ant line that is going from one point to another? Imagine that, but with earthworms. Like, that's what you're seeing.
Do I have to?
Sadly, yes.
Damn.
Hi. Well, I mean, I think Leviathans have like their own rules. So even if they didn't normally do that, I think that a Leviathan is allowed to do that because it's a Leviathan.
Well, yes. So I wanted to know if it was a thing that they did because it is a thing, or
I
a
don't know.
Leviathan thing, or
The two of them both just like like looking out the break in the door, kind of the same like head tilt.
Ark, you, like, the longer you are down there, the more that you realize that this earthworm is a source of power.
that's very strange. But what's other power? I'm going to exit the the small room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you slide, you shimmy yourselves down onto the floor and wiggle down into the parking structure.
Presuming a little bit of that, can I just send a little bit of shock across like a floor puddle or something just to
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you energize. Where would this energy, is it coming out of your hands? Is it just coming out of your skin? Where's this energy coming out of your body?
Fingers. I'm going to touch to the puddle to complete the circuit for me.
So lightning comes out of your fingernails. If anyone gets that reference, I that would be wild.
It's not gonna be me.
You reach down and small sparks of electricity emanate from your fingernails and from your fingertips, and as it kind of energizes the puddle, you start to see the smaller worms like wriggling and worming towards that now.
Okay. So it does that.
I think they like you.
The feeling's mutual, but I had kind of established that a while ago. You were talking about that.
Does it like have any other reaction to us being there other than like moving towards Ark's electricity?
The smaller worms, the large worm just seems to be like almost like not nodding, but like it's like a large, like it's filling this space, right? It's a parking structure. This is an underground parking structure, and it is basically like turned into like it is wrapping around the pillars. It like if this thing were to leave, it has basically grown to the size that if it were to wiggle out, the parking structure walls have been deteriorated enough that it would collapse. Right? It has become part of this building, both its existence to power it as well as to feed off of it and any other power source.
Do I feel how this is connecting to the current of the rest of the building?
It is one.
Okay, this is one power system. All of you're like, you like the storm and you want a storm. Okay, what if I intensify the shock, like the lightning? What if more?
You give yourself a little bit more, energy to dissipate into this, and as you do, you can see that the worms like start to like feed off of it, and you can see them getting larger. They instead of thin, maybe 3-inch worms, you start to see them get fatter, almost like they are feeding physically off of the electricity that is energizing this water.
Okay. All right. Growth. Should we be taking notes? This seems important to the research.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I only brought my scavenging gear, so I was not expecting to find a Leviathan inside of a mirage. I don't know if that's a thing that happens.
It is. See? I point
Apparently.
at the worms.
You both see Roderick reach up and place his hand on the smooth skin of the giant Leviathan worm. And when his hand touches it, you can see like the flesh almost ripple as it feels him, and it doesn't feel like it's afraid. It feels almost excited, interested.
We are small. It'd be funny if it was scared of us. It could crush us.
I mean, a germ can kill a person, and that is small to it.
Usually takes more than one of them, though.
About 3.
Usually takes more than 3.
Yeah, you heard it here first, folks.
Usually. I have to think about something. Not counting doubling. I know you're thinking the reproduction rate. Fine. No. 3. We're assuming no further. It's fine. They'll get picked up on the phosphatidylserine on there. Anyway.
You both get a very familiar wave of energy. Danger.
Like wave of energy, like in a language we're familiar with, or familiar in like this is the voice of this is baby voice.
This is the mood altering psychic.
All right, our GM's just done with my shit.
No, I had my back door open so that I could not be sweltering hot. Look, the things I do for Twitch. And I started hearing people in the parking lot behind my house, and so I was like, I'm just gonna close it because it's starting to distract me.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So you get this baby energy, of danger.
Directionality?
You
In
don't
anything?
get you just from it. It's the same kind of way it moves. It is a pulse that emanates from it, and you just think of it like a spidey sense, right? Like you don't know where the danger is coming from. You just know that it's there.
Got a ping.
Okay.
Oh, we should go. We can maybe come
But what
back.
if we need to help? What if with helping with the danger?
Well, I think danger maybe is up where it would be noticed.
Okay. He'll be back. I would like to project warm vibes. May I roll to project warm vibes?
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. I'm feeling instinct sway on this. What do you think?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or tend, either one.
Maybe tend is better.
Okay.
You're trying to calm it.
Yeah, and it's a creature versus a sapient, or
Yeah.
5.
You see its movement continue, and you get no response that would make you think it was in danger. I mean, you've seen earthworms, right? Like your character has seen them before. When they think that they're in danger, they wiggle a lot and they move and stuff like that. This does not. It continues to exist in its existence, in its world. So it's either indifferent of you or understands.
Okay. Then I'm gonna try to wiggle my way back into the small room.
You get into the small room and Roderick follows and he's like, what the fuck was that?
I'm sure it could ask the same of you.
Big worm.
But like, I've never and you think back to the giant centipede that Roderick killed a few episodes ago. Like he is not usually like stumbling or stuttering, but this is strange. This is unworldly to him.
And we're going to be nice to it and maybe come back and chat later. And I press the button that matches the number that we started at.
And the elevator continues to go up, and he's like, look, I'm a part of a hunting family. That does not mean that we kill everything that we see. We hunt for preservation of our lives, the defense of ourselves. We don't kill discriminately. This is a wonder. This is amazing. This is not something that should be killed or mounted to a wall. This is something that should be understood.
You could read some of our cool logs. We look for stuff like that, and we write about it.
The elevator pings to the floor that you are on, and when you step out of the small room through the broken glass, you can see both Carl and Nokio on the deck, looking out in the distance.
I think Nokio's like locked in on whatever they're seeing here.
Nokio, as this time has passed and it has gotten closer and you have maintained that watchful eye, you start to notice that gold marking in that forest green matches the bars. It is the same leaf clef mark that was imprinted on the ore that you had originally found in episode 1.
And I also got this wave of danger.
Yeah.
Babe. Okay. Interesting. We should get the others quick. And I'll turn, and then that's when I see the others have. Oh, you are all here. We have company. It seems to have been spotted, and from what I can see, it has the same icon as the metals we found.
Danger?
That's what Baby thinks.
That's what Downstairs Worm thinks too.
I do not understand, but you can explain once you're back on the ship and we are moving. Quick, and I'll kind of hurry over to help the two of you up on board.
Are you heading towards the ship or away from the ship? What is the plan?
Like away, right? Or are we trying to head towards?
No, aren't we trying to find them?
Yes, that is true.
Maybe doesn't like it, but also that's what we are trying to talk to them.
That is a good point. Let's approach, but just be wary.
I'm gonna start taking up a spot near my little copper sparky weaponry. Just
Just in case.
As the philosopher said, be ready so that you do not need to get ready.
You head towards them and they head straight towards you. And as you are as straight as you guys could, you are quite a distance away when you start to see that their boat slows and they turn to have their bow towards you. And from a loud, like it sounds like someone's got like a big major like cone and they are yelling out. And they go, stop your ship immediately.
I will slow the ship down. I guess I should ask, do we have an item that lets us project a voice? Is that thing we need, or can we just say we have it?
I would say that one of you has probably got a loud enough mouth to yell back.
I don't have the thunder shout thingy. That's a separate thingy that I don't have.
Okay. I can have
rearrange your metal, some pieces of metal.
Yeah, I'm thinking like I move my bell head to make it like a
face outward.
Yeah. We mean you no harm. Are you a friend or foe?
The response is, it depends on what you have stolen.
Stolen? We have not stolen anything. Is something missing?
Lolia like tugs on your elbow and says, I have a book from the Mirage. But I don't know if that's what they meant.
In fact, actually, Sam and Caitlin, if you could do me a favor on your character sheets, can you please add 2 different salvages each of you would have found and a specimen of your choice that you would like? You can add those to your character sheet. Whatever they were, you can choose. Was it a stapler? Was it metal? Does not matter. You tell me, as they are a resource in which you have discovered. So, yeah, they ask you about that. It depends on what you have stolen.
I'll look to Lolia. Do we wish to tell them of that book or no?
It's just a storybook, I think. It was for Gretches.
So we shouldn't tell them of the book.
I don't know. Maybe do they think they know about the heart, and they think we took a heart?
What was it that was stolen? We've been collecting salvage along our way. If we've accidentally taken something of yours, we'd happily give it back.
Can we move closer?
As long as you hold no hostility, I do not see why not.
They don't respond, but they move closer. All of you see that all of the people on the ship, all of them stand along the edge wearing masks. Each mask individually built. Some of them look like stars. Some of them have constellations. Some of them have what looks to be full star maps across them.
Hello, I am Nokia, and today this is the Amber Observation, our ship. How can we help you?
The ship moves right next to all of you, and they stand unmoving for a moment until they move to the side, and what seems to be some sort of captain of some sort, as their mask and their outfit is black with gold stripes across it. You would say that their clothing looks closer to a space outfit than it does of anything on this plane. In fact, their mask is a large hand covering their face with only one eye visible and a large golden star map behind them.
Who do we have the pleasure of speaking to?
We are the Cosmers.
Nice to meet
I
you.
see. Yes.
We have been tasked to protect, to guard. May we come aboard?
I appreciate you asking, but whatever you wish to speak of can be spoken from your ship to ours.
Our pleasantries and our kindness only goes so far. We believe that you are under our jurisdiction. You are a possible threat.
If you just tell us what you're looking for, we can help clear things up and have you on your way.
It is then that you see them move around and get what looks to be like a plank ready to place between the two ships.
That's enough.
The captain of the ship turns their whole entire body and looks towards you, Ark.
I think you'll find you're also under our jurisdiction. What are the clouds doing right now?
Sam, as someone that is so connected as Ark is with nature, what does Ark want the clouds to be like?
Well, we've gotten over the course of the past 24, let's call it past few days, we did a little bit of traveling. There was a whole lot of storm cell signs.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the dramatic thunder roll.
And
I earned it with my setup. Give me the thunder roll.
And with that, you hear it emanating from behind you. the rumble, the roar, the cascading feeling that you get when a thunderstorm comes across you, the not quite fear, not quite excitement that you have of that sound waving over all of you. The Cosmer holds their hand up, pausing the wood from going across. We wish to not shed blood on this day. We wish to retain what is rightfully ours to protect. We are missing an artifact.
Lalia holds up the storybook. Is it this?
We care nothing of that.
Then I don't think we have what you're looking for. That's what I took.
You tap your chest. Are you tapping it for the rest of the group?
I'm tapping it in the eye line of that crew and maybe a little angling my body away from Carl.
The Cosmer looks at you and goes, so you have experienced it. Do you have it? And you can hear, not see, you can hear in their voice when you tap your chest like that. They instantaneously know that you know what they're talking about. Their fear, like if you could see it, the cackles on the back of their neck would just be like, it'd be raised. The hackles, not the cackles, the hackles on the back of their neck. They get a little bit taller as they speak to you. Is it on the ship now?
No.
Where is it?
My crew and I don't know.
Lalia leans into Ark and says, "Which one?"
You're my only crew.
No, no. Dad, do they know that there's two? We didn't touch one of them, both of them technically.
So that wouldn't be what they're talking about.
Maybe they know one got taken and they want to know if we took the other one?
That plank right there suggests that maybe they know one's been taken.
Okay, then maybe we should tell them to talk to Carl.
If you think they'll all be okay.
No, this all feels very silly. But we don't know anything and Carl might.
What's Carl looking like if we both extremely unsubtly look over our shoulder?
Nervous. He is just like The Cosmer says, if you will not allow us to enter, how about one of you enter over here so that we can talk? I can maybe help you understand the urgency that this is.
Very well.
The plank drops and they wait for whoever to come across.
Who wants to do it?
It would be really funny if it was Lalia, but that's probably not.
There's no one, look. We do not suffer an abundance of experience and good sense in this crew.
I know, it's awesome. It's awesome.
We kind of made oops all baby.
Yeah.
So much that the ship's made out of it too. If anyone expected the adult in the, the one thing our ship's not named, the adult in the room, because we don't have one.
So
I'll go across.
Nokio, you go across. And they do not remove the plank. They leave it once you've come across. Like they leave it as a sign of like you can leave whenever you want. Okay. The Cosmer comes over and holds their hand out, almost to like help guide you through their ship.
I'll take their hand. Allow them to guide me.
They walk and they take you to what seems to be like a captain's quarters and open the door.
I'll enter, looking around.
You enter, and this room is completely painted from floor to ceiling. This deep, deep, dark blue with gold stars from floor to ceiling. And the longer you look at it, the more familiar you get with everything going around, and you realize that the room itself is slowly moving separately. Like the paint itself is moving separately. Very, very, very slowly.
I must ask, how did you go about decorating this captain's quarter? I've never seen paint that moves like this.
This is not a paint, but more of a reflection. These are the stars that guide us at night. They too can guide us during the light.
Is there a way this could be done on other ships?
This is the way of the Cosmo. We can discuss this at another time, but first we have something a little bit more important. Do you mind if I whisper?
As long as it's not hostile or dangerous, I suppose. What is the intent of your whisper?
And the Cosmo looks up, places their hand on what seems to be a table in the center of the room, and sits down. The truth will be spoken. And the word spreads through the room like a catchy tune. The truth will be told. The truth will be told. The truth will be told. We have been assigned to protect a pre-verdant artifact that we have had stolen underneath us. It is important that we find it. Your ship and your crew was spotted at the location of it.
I see.
So I must ask again. Do you have the heart on your ship?
Just above table. We don't have the heart on our ship.
Not
didn't get
unless
it.
we count Carl's underpants. Although I do once remember saying that a heart and hand is worth 2 in the chest.
Is that the same?
Yeah.
Well, unless you mean Carl's underwear. No, we do not have the heart on our ship.
He pauses and says, you speak the truth. And so do we. You are free to go unless you know something else.
Yeah, I don't know about the table. We got given the whole lowdown from Carl's perspective about what happened with the heart and that shit. So we know that. Okay.
From Carl's perspective, I've in no way insight checked this individual, and I am I read a person about as well as lightning typically does.
Not at all. Okay.
Look, lightning knows that you conduct. All right.
That's all I need to know. And while I'm in this space, do I feel like, am I forced to speak, or am I forced to tell the truth when I speak?
You're not forced to speak at all, but you are compelled to tell the truth while you are not required. It feels like it's the right thing to do. You do not know what would happen if you were to lie.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think Nokia would lie anyway. Well, from what I have heard, we have members of a crew that had come across this hut. And from their stories, it seems the hut has grown an outer shell, I suppose, a body. That is all I know. I think the body stole the ship that they were once part of.
The Cosmer's hands, flat previously, move to almost fist-like. You can see their arms tense as they hear this. So she has escaped. This is not good for anyone. She will destroy everything in her path. And she will do it gleefully. Thank you for this information. You may leave if you wish, or if you want to ask, we will be here.
Yes, I do have a question. Do you mine or sell metals, copper, iron, the like?
The head turns. Yes.
That's perfect. Serendipitous. We came across a ship that was transporting what I assume is some of your metals. It seemed that they had been victims of a bear attack. We put the ship to rest and took the metals and delivered them to where they were meant to go. And after we did, the recipients asked us to locate where the ore is being mined. I assume either to mine themselves or make a more direct contact with you, since their large transport vessel has been indisposed. Could you help us with that in any way?
He turns and reaches over and opens a drawer in the desk and pulls paper out and hands it to you.
Oh, thank you.
Please mark a chart on your character sheet. This will get you to where you are looking for.
Is there a name for this chart? Like chart 2?
I'd say chart to the mountaintops.
Okay.
He looks at you and says, we will need to build supply lines with others, as she has escaped, which means that we are all in danger, which means we must fight her.
Oh. Is there any... What can you tell us about her, in case we come across her in our travels?
She is from the pre-verdant time.
Oh.
She is eternal, unkillable.
If we were to come across her, I assume the best thing we can do is run. Yes?
The best thing that you can do is to find a Cosmer.
Okay. And does she have a name, this entity?
We only know her as V.
Thank you for this, as I hold up the chart. I'm sorry we started off so hostile, but you must understand we've met quite a few hostile individuals on our many voyages.
Will you do us a favor?
Well, that naturally depends on what the favor is.
Do you fear this V? Do you fear her power?
I not say I do truly, since this is the first I've heard of her.
I would like to give you one more thing.
Okay.
I would like to give you something that is extremely rare. And if you see her, experience her existence, or even get word that she has traveled through somewhere, you use this item.
What is the item? What is its function?
He reaches to the other drawer and pulls out this black rectangular item with a large black, what looks like antenna coming out of the top of it.
This looks pretty verdant.
It is.
What does it do?
You will press the side of this device and it will call to us. We will hear your voice and we will be able to communicate.
I will take it, and I think just because that's who Nokia is, they'll test it out. They'll press the button.
As you start to like move towards it, he like before you can test it, he like slams his hand down on top of it, stopping you. He goes, "There is one caveat.
Yes.
We must take Carl from you." He is infected.
Carl is not mine to give. I will speak to the rest of the crew and Carl, and you can too, explain where you're coming from, but ultimately, I cannot give. I only give what is mine.
I will tell you this. I will come to your ship and we can discuss with your crew. But Carl must not be there. I must explain to you all what is happening and why we must have him and why you must relinquish your connection with him.
Let's discuss. We have this wonderful citrus tree. I can make us some tea while you speak with the rest of them.
Please lead the way.
And I'll walk out. I guess like very just wave. Make sure like just outwardly showing that I am okay, but also reassuring the rest of the group that everything was fine as I walk on. The captain's going to be speaking to us and essentially explain the situation.
The captain stands on his side of the ship waiting for the invite to come across.
Is that okay with everyone?
He steps across the wood and steps onto your ship. And the second he steps on, he looks up to the sky. And then looks to all of you. May we speak in private?
Yes, we can speak in the captain's quarters.
He waits for the group to lead him there. When he gets in, he does not sit down. He stands there and looks at you and says, "May I be personal with you all?"
Please.
He takes the helmet off and sets it down. You see what looks to be, here's a great description. Who remembers Cousin It from the Addams Family?
Yeah.
So,
The hair, right?
yeah, all of the hair. Like,
I get it and thing.
Yep. Yeah.
And then it takes me a minute every time.
This red long tuft of hair just releases out of the helmet. 4 large eyes, black eyes peeking out of it, and it turns its head back and forth, very similar to what Caitlin was just doing, stretching. His hands gloved, but you can tell his fingers are long and thin. And he goes, "I apologize for what I'm about to say, but your recent friend, Carl, has been in close quarters with the being known as V. She gives off a undetected radiation off of her that is toxic to those that are around her. In pre-verdant times, this would be called radiation. In the next few days, Carl will lose all of his hair and his skin, and he will die very slowly. There is nothing that we or Carl can do about this. But we can make the last of his days with us comfortable, and the ability for us to gain as much knowledge about V as we can. So I ask you, please allow us to take Carl away. He will not go willingly. We know of this.
One wouldn't.
Is this contagious? This radiation?
It has known to be, yes.
I hope you can understand. I don't know why I would believe you over Carl or Carl over you.
That whisper you did, and you do that here?
I cannot. I can do it once, and then it is gone. I come to you to tell you this because we have to take him. I do not mean to be threatening in this sense. But what happens after Carl's death is the thing that you must be afraid of. He will become a part of V. A hive mind of control by her. And she will take your ship as well as his.
I know I previously declared myself not really to be the most people skillsy, but if someone doesn't insight check this individual, I will explode. So I'm going to take my chance to fail at it.
Do it.
How do you feel about instinct sense?
Yes, 100%.
Beautiful.
Do you want to use a ox point to improve that?
I just rolled, so I can't. But I did get a 6 though.
Hey, that's good. Perfect. He is telling mostly the truth.
What am I missing?
What do you mean?
I feel like there's something I'm missing. What is it?
The thing that you are missing is that no one alive has ever seen thee. Well, let me rephrase that. Apparently, a whole ship of people have seen V. But pre this event, we only know of these things through our teachings, of our books, of why she was captured and placed into that prison of hers.
And you want information on this matter?
We want to put her back where she belongs and get back to having peace once again. We do not want to risk anybody else.
Understood.
Are there more like her?
There is at least one that we are aware of. But for some reason, they have not been touched.
Oh, I think they were just hidden better.
That's possible.
And Lolly realizes that maybe she says is like her bug eyes get really big, and she goes, mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. True, yeah, maybe.
Very well.
So you will allow us to take Carl?
Yeah, I don't think we can give you that permission.
You will not interfere with us getting Carl.
I don't know that guy.
I will not interfere.
What does Nokia say or do?
think you can very clearly tell from their body language that they're a little bit uncomfortable right now. I think if Ark trusts these people enough to, at the very least, not interfere, Nokia will kind of, you see their shoulders relax a little bit, as if they're sighing. If an ironbound can do that, we will not interfere.
You could just ask him like a normal person. Say, hey, you're not doing good. We could help you not be less bad while you're not doing good. And then maybe he would just go with you and you don't have to do this whole like exchange of personnel thing when we don't actually have that authority.
My process for this will be to ask Carl kindly. I only ask of this because I do not want bloodshed if it escalates. I cannot predict his...
We gave him pants.
More than many
our
will.
charge. And we will discharge him to you.
Wonderful. And he goes over and he takes his helmet and puts it back on and rotates it.
If, however, there is any sign now or in future that there is cruelty from you in this matter, we will be as unrelenting as the hurricane.
Understood.
Okay.
He looks back to Nokia and says, you have the means in which to communicate with us. You have a chart to our lands. We are not hiding. We will be going in the same direction with Carl.
Yes. They seem to be either associated with, or at the very least know, where the iron and copper or green mined. They gave me the chart to the mountaintops.
Well, now that that is settled, I bid you all adieu. My crew will come aboard and speak with Carl. Is that understood? Wonderful. And he turns and he exits the room, leaving you all there alone for a
Oh
moment.
no, I'm gonna follow onto the deck.
Okay, yeah. The Cosmer looks over and says, and moves his hand, and the crew starts to come off. And Roderick, who had been stayed with Carl the whole time, is like, "Hey, well, what's going on?"
We are discharging our guest into this person's care.
And Carl looks over and goes, "Well, hold on, wait." And the Cosmer walks over and goes, "Be still. We are not here to harm you. We would just
Be less ominous about it."
and the Cosmer turns and says, "You must not understand our ways. Emotion is not a thing in which we express."
Okay, but like if you want this to go smoothly, you kind of have to like figure out how to like talk to your audience, and like your audience is obviously a little freaked out, and like you could do with less ominous wording.
And he turns back. He turns back to Carl and goes, "We are taking you as our ward, and we will be taking care of you moving forward. Please enter onto our ship now." And he like looks at you guys and is like, "I do not like this at all.
You are
I don't know,
terrible at this.
was
He
better-
gave no context or explanation. Carl, from what we've been told, that woman that manifested from the heart, they have infected everyone on board your ship. including you. And it will take, I believe, days before that infection spread to the point of no return. And
Days?
it will be
Days? It's been days. What are you talking about? I feel fine. There's nothing wrong with me.
If I give his hair a little bit of a tug, how freely does that come loose?
It does not. Ow!
I'll look back to the Cosmer then.
The Cosmer's mask is unchanging. You don't see any emotion, anything on him.
It gives me cause for skepticism.
Skepticism is in your right. It is not something in which we concern ourselves with.
How long did you say it would usually take for this infection? This radiation?
A week at max before his death. And Carl goes, I'm sorry, my what?
How long has it been since you saw this woman?
At least 3 nights. I have been crawling across the treetops. It's been 3 nights since I last saw her. I don't got this radiation shit. I don't know what you guys are talking about. The Cosmers like start to like circle Carl.
How about this? You pointed it out yourself. We are going in the same direction. We can isolate Carl here in case there is a contagious infection. And should the signs you pointed out begin to show, we'll let you know. You gave me a way to contact you.
That's gonna definitely be a roll. I feel like you're using your logic, so I think that's your sharps. And I think you are trying to sway them. You're trying to convince or argue with them. So I'm gonna say that is sharps and sway.
I have doubts in neither of those, so I'm going to
Take
take
some
an
ox.
ox point.
Take like 3 ox points.
Wait, you can help me in this, right? At least one person can
I
help
don't
me if
have.
can
You
use
think
their
I have
die.
either of those? I don't have either of those skills. Are you kidding me?
Right. Give me
Okay.
both of them. I
Sharps and sway.
Sway, I can give you a point on.
Okay,
Yep.
so you can roll sway. I'll roll the
Yeah.
orcs point die.
9.
Well, we're rolling for the orcs point, so we know who's given, who this is from.
Oh, yep. 1 second. I'm just marking a thing down.
The number is 9.
9.
Okay.
We got 3, 6, 9. That is Leo Ambermain, hopefully coming in to allow this very risky move to be successful. So,
Risks our business.
Sam, you said you have 1 in sway.
I do.
Okay, so you're gonna assist with that sway, and then how many? You're just taking 1 ox point.
Can I take more than 1 ox point?
Take a second one. You could.
Your pool can be a max of 6d6.
Oh,
There-
even
Do
for,
1
okay.
fireball worth of persuasion.
So
Okay, I wasn't
you
sure if it
can,
was 1 or
you-
2 was the max. Okay.
you can use as many as the max pool size of 6 dice.
Okay.
I think you should take another
Damn.
one. I think you should take
Okay,
another
yeah, I'll take another one.
Okay,
10.
10.
Okay.
I was gonna say 0, but I don't think we 0 index the.
Yeah.
I only have 9 names on
All right.
here.
Then we go 2.
This is going to be coming from Kai, adding on to a second die. So that means we've got 3d6. Sam, please roll 1 of them, and Drac, please roll 2 of them.
I'm not helpful.
I am. I rolled 2 5s. It's a double
Hey.
All
and
right.
a 5.
Only if I can keep one of my members on your ship as well.
That sounds fair to me. Does any of your crew members particularly like citron tea?
No. He just like flat response. No.
Well, that's unfortunate because I have some brewing.
Well, we will lead the way to our location. And he turns and walks from the ship, leaving one of the crew members that has like a constellation across their face.
What do we call you?
You do not call me anything.
That doesn't sound like a you choice.
The other ship removes the wood and says, "We move." And the other ship starts to go off.
Okay, but like if I just call you like you got like hey you. Like what if I needed to ask you something?
You can call me Cosmer,
Okay, that's something.
which is the same name that the other person
Yes.
gave you, by the way.
I just need
Hey,
something to call. I don't care what it is. You can tell me what you want me to call you. I just need to know what to call you.
Yeah, HEYYU. Hey you.
Hey you.
They gotta go, hey you.
And
Yeah.
as the ships take off, we are going to take our break. We will be back shortly, hopefully with Caitlin still having electricity.
I think we're most of the tornadoes are further south from me, so we're okay.
All right, y'all. We'll see you in 15 minutes. Bye. Welcome everyone back to the second half of tonight's episode. You have been left with another Cosmer on your ship as you are heading off into a distant direction, following this ship that is well maintained, has this dark green sail with this gold stitched clef note with a leaf on it. Yeah, is there any what do you all like? You guys can see that Carl's like freaking out.
It will be okay, Carl. We'll do what we can to protect you.
It's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. Why don't I just jump off the ship now? I think I've got better chances with the waves than I do with these people. No offense, dude. And the guy just stands there, no response. And Roderick goes, I'm with Carl on this one. I don't even know this guy, but handing him over to masked men seems really weird to me.
Worst case scenario, and this is rather bad, so prepare yourself. They're telling the truth.
Uh-huh.
If that is the case, there's no one better suited in helping you and at the very least making it painless as they are.
The problem is that I don't believe them.
Yes, but that's just the worst case scenario. Best case is we are right and they are lying.
I feel
and they won't
like
take you.
I feel like that is the worst case scenario, and the best case scenario is that they are correct and I go with them and they treat me nicely. But I got a feeling masked men that don't talk, and he like looks at the guy again, are not people I trust.
I think maybe they believe what they're saying. Again, no offense, but like they seemed pretty like firm on what they thought was happening. They might just be wrong.
Okay, so they believe that they're right. A
Mhm.
lot of bad people believe that they're right.
See, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that like maybe in like a few days you find out that maybe you're not actually sick, and then they have to go. Maybe we reevaluate, go back to the drawing board. Maybe that's best case scenario.
At this case scenario, I'm trusting the waves. I have no interest in going with them.
I'll be honest, Carl. I'm not sure the waves are any safer.
And as you say that, you hear a crash downstairs.
Oh no. And I'll rush down the stairs.
You rush down down the stairs, and where you left the entity is no longer there. It's gone.
Hey, I see you've gained your motor functions. That's good. How many legs did you choose? Did I like walk around? Like, I think going to where I heard the noise initially, if I can gauge that and try and walk around. What
And-
shape?
You don't hear a response, but you hear something move in the corner.
I went with bipedal. I think it's because most of the ones on my ship, when I was a ship, were bipedal. But I've met some who are quadrupedal. If I had a choice, I think I would have chosen that instead. As I just say that out loud as I go towards this, the sound.
And as you turn, you see it, a collection of wood, steel, glass, and a compass where its heart would be. What does it look like?
It looks like I guess, an approximation of a cat. It's very small. Probably, oh God, I don't know. Honestly, probably the size of a kitten, like a fairly young kitten. The compass in its chest, the kind of fragments of metal and steel and wood kind of floating to make up a small body, the tail made of small, I think several like nuts and bolts kind of floating ahead of each other to make the facsimile of a tail. The eyes are probably like broken pieces of stained glass, different colored, probably like one red, one green, kind of floating where the eyes would be. And I think, yeah, I think like very thin strips of sails where the whiskers are kind of floating around there. And yeah, I think there's kind of cowering in the corner as they've found themselves in this new space.
And as you say that and it cowers, it looks up to you and sees, it recognizes you. It has that immediate connection. The overwhelming feeling of needing to protect this thing just washes over you as it goes to run towards you, but doesn't really know how to use its legs. And instead of one at a time, it kind of does like a little hoppy thing where it's like it jumps it, and its front legs and its back legs both go out in different directions as it moves towards you.
Instantaneous terminal toxoplasmosis.
Oh, there we go. It seems like you made the correct choice and went quadrupedal. Hello. And I will crouch down and kind of help. I'll go meet them halfway so they don't have to stumble all the way to me.
You place your hands down and it jumps into the amalgamation of what would be your hands, as it like you start to feel it before you hear it. That
Hello. Like I said, I'm Nokia, and this is the Amber Observation. It's very nice to meet you.
it isn't long before you feel it. Its sharp little teeth right into your hand.
Yep, you can chew on that piece if you like. And I think you literally see like a piece of the mouth that makes my finger float and just stay in its mouth. You can chew on that. I have others. As I will pick up this cat, this metallic cat, and I'll begin walking back up the stairs to the upper deck.
As you walk up, you hear Roderick and Carl like trying to like simultaneously calm the other person down, but also be stressed individually about this whole entire situation. And Roderick's big complaint is like, we're going to their house and we think that we're going to be able to do what if we don't want to be in this situation? Run? Well, now there's more of them. And Carl's like, it's like, exactly, we shouldn't go there, but also like we need to find out what's going on with me. Like they just like it becomes this like almost like circle of toxicity of just like making the other person slightly more stressed with each sentence.
I will resolve this. We are going to follow the plan. You need not trouble yourselves any further, as we'll be following the plan.
What's the plan? Both of them say you like at the same time.
I looked along, yeah.
We keep going. And we figure it out.
And I keep pulling your hair.
Yeah, we gotta do that too.
I like where my hair is.
Well, we hope it stays in. That's why we have to test to make sure it stays. And you have to keep your skin. That's the other thing that we need to watch for, is that your skin stays on.
Yes, please maintain your skin.
Yeah. It looks okay for now, so you're a little sunburned though. Leaving the aloe.
And he goes, do we even know how long this travel is? As that happens, like Nokio steps up from below.
Okay, you're in my torso. It's fine. You can be as troublesome as you want. It doesn't hurt. It just tickles. Okay. Oh, and you're in my bed. Hello, everybody. We have a new crew member.
Hello.
I
Hi.
lift my bell head up, and you just see the cat.
It just
Hi.
looks at you and goes,
How? Aw. What's your name? Is that rude to ask?
Nice to meet you. I'm Ark.
I'm Lolia.
This is the first, and you hear the voice coming from the bell I'm currently holding higher up. This is the first non, I suppose, sapient ironbound I've come across. I don't know if they can communicate a name, at least not now.
They just did. Didn't you hear? It was
Ow.
meow.
I don't think I'll get the accent right, but we can call you Ow.
it
That's a-
proceeds to just move some of the
It's moving.
Iron biscuits.
Yeah, iron biscuits.
That's a name of a band.
Yeah.
Well, yes, once the limp ones were sufficiently unsatisfying.
Yeah. What? Never mind. I'm not going to make that joke.
Guys, I don't know where it was going, but yep, I feel like it's probably a good idea to not go there.
Look,
Some assembly required joke.
how's this? In my head, I was thinking of the we are Sex Bomb, and we're here to make you think about death and get sad and stuff. I immediately thought
1,
that,
2, 3, 4.
but instead of Sex Bomb, I heard we are what did I just say? Steel biscuits.
Iron biscuit.
We are iron biscuits, and we're here to make you think about death and be sad and stuff.
It's our
No, I
lead
was gonna
singer.
say-
Ow.
I was going to say, if your Limp Biscuit is an iron biscuit for more than 4 hours, you should talk to them.
You should see Dr. Biscuit.
Yeah.
Quick.
I
Biscuit.
think I would think on it and speak with them a bit more before we land on the name. They are still figuring out their legs. I assume the noises they make is still a work in progress too.
I will say all of you can see that everything that this cat is made of is like bolts and screws and shards of wood and scraps of metal, but there is a compass, a full undiscombobulated compass on it. But it like very similar to Nokio's like bell. Like it is like it is very much like the
Core.
center, the core almost.
And I actually will say that isn't the bell that is Nokio's core is the lantern.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like the lantern is a solid piece. Like you aren't most of your pieces
that's
like
like it's
shards.
unbroken. Yeah. Okay. And I'll like lower the bell head back down so that the cat can just be in the shade for a bit. I will say that I am worried for their well-being. The anchor they seem to have, I recognize it. It is the compass of Captain Chamberson. I've had a few run-ins with her, and she is not very kind.
Okay. We keep making enemies, maybe potential enemies keep piling up today.
Yes, I didn't think this one would follow. The Wildseas are large. I thought it'd be easy to avoid one captain and her crew, but it seems. And again, can you hear like the scratching of the cat within my bell? It seems the currents had other ideas.
Well, we don't only make enemies, we also make friends. Like meow.
Yes, like Meryl. Work in progress. To be determined, rather.
Aren't we
Or
all?
both.
We didn't get a chance to hang out with the worm, and so now we
Worm?
are on the move and we don't get to go back. So we maybe
I'm lost here. Was a worm?
yes, big one, a leviathan, probably yes, liked
Oh,
Ark, but then stuff happened, and so we didn't get to go back down.
oh, that's a shame. That would have been wonderful to document.
Yeah.
It would have.
Well, we know where it is. We can possibly find it
We'll
if
mark
it was
it on
there.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
going. I don't think it's going anywhere. It is kind of the whole thing. Like if the mirage isn't there when we get back, then I think we have lost sight of it. But it did seem like it's been there for a while, and maybe it was chilling. So we'll find out.
Yes, we can return. Speaking of the map, and I'll bring out the chart that I was given. This is where I assume we're being led to. Cosmere gave me the map to the mountain tops that they mine the copper and iron from.
Okay. Most that's for you. And she points at Roderick.
This and he takes it and he's like, whoa, that's weird.
Huh.
This is like a forbidden zone. This is why none of us have ever seen this.
What makes it forbidden?
It's because and he turns like the map and holds it. He goes, because you have to go past the reef.
Oh. Oh, we haven't taken this boat in the reef.
Yes. That will be challenging.
We could do it, but like we haven't done it in this boat before. We don't have a reef boat.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going. I don't know how they're gonna get us here.
Hey, you. Why do you have a plan for this?
The Cosmere turns and says, "There's always a plan in the stars."
Okay.
Well, we do not
Sounds
have a
silly.
connection with the stars like you do. Can you let us know what they are?
And he takes a deep breath, and before he can speak, you can hear, where is that radio that you're holding on to, Nokio?
It's just like
I
in the
think-
midst of the chunk.
Yeah, I feel like I usually I would put it there, but Meow has been all up in my literal business. So I think I'm literally holding it like as far away from them as possible. So I think it's in my hand but being held away from a cat friend.
You hear it crackle and pop as a voice comes across it. Is this thing working? A female voice.
I believe I have to press this button. I think I'm speaking into it now. Hello, this is Nokia.
It does work. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Click.
Who do I have the pleasure of speaking to? Unless this item makes you sound different, Cosmere, I think this might be a different person.
You hear the click on. Oh, the Cosmere on here. Click.
Who am I speaking to, if not the Cosmere?
You hear it click over. You are speaking to the one and only Captain V of the White Rabbit. Click.
Oh, I see. I have no idea what I'm meant to do here. I'd say this into the radio.
And that is where we're going to leave that as a button for the end of the episode.
The button goes click.
Click. Yeah. Over.
Pop goes, yeah, over.
What the
It's
heck?
fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. I
Well,
mean, come
no,
on, have a heart.
I do need to share my joke with the audience because I think they will get a kick out of it. It was because during break, or I guess maybe we said it during the stream, that we're like, wow, it's just we have a crew of babies. Like we're all just
Yeah.
kind of figuring it out. And once the kitten showed up, I was like, hashtag ship of secrets. Who? We are the hashtag ship of babies.
Yep.
Babies only.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine Mao on top of baby's little
I
head?
know. I was like, we have so many babies.
With like the big ears on either side, and Iron Cat is like, meow,
Yeah. You know, like, yeah.
zoom.
Look,
Hi.
you ask and you shall receive. You wanted to have like a fun little romp, and you wanted to do some stuff, and not, I'll just throw some caltrops in the middle of all of it. But
What? Huh?
We're chilling. We're chilling.
Well, I want to say, actually, I can do this. I forgot I can do this. Wow, look at that. Credits are happening while we're still up here.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Thank you all so much for joining us for another episode. This was the 5th episode. We have got 5 more episodes for the end of this season. And then we're going to take a little break, and then we'll come back for another season. And hopefully artwork will be done by then, because I've been working with the someone commissioning some artwork. And so hopefully we will see that by the end of the season, and then we'll come back to see what fun other stories this group will tell us. Until next time, everyone. I still haven't come up with a sign up. Bye.
Ow.